My name is Edith Adriana Saldana de la Paz, and I'm Chicanx.
My name is Chris. I'm 21. I'm a queer Chicanx non-binary trans individual from East LA.
My name's Leah Fuentes. I'm Chicanx and I am 22 years old.
It's like you're in between a wall, and there's like a very slim portion between the two rooms. If you go into one or the other, you feel like you're invading, I guess. Or it's not right because people tell you it's not right. So what we've done over the years is been made that space in between the walls larger. This really happened in the 1960s, the Chicanx identity really took forward. By saying we're Chicanx, it uplifts the struggles we go through here in America. Giving us space for our own identity also gives other communities further space.
Chicanx for me is more of like a anti-colonial way of like identifying, but also being respectful to my gender non-conforming identity. Decolonizing, I think, like within the Chicanx community or like as a Chicanx individual, for me is like going back and like understanding our roots and where we come from and like the structures that were put into place that limited us and shaped us in the same way. I don't know, I feel like very traditional like Mexican women are always like, you need to look good. When you go to the party, like, y todos te van a bien, like, like, you need to look good because everybody's gonna see you at the fucking fiesta. So if you don't look good, what are they gonna think? ¿Qué van a pensar? Like, ¿y esta qué?
Don't trust Mexicans, says mi padre. You kind of have that Mexican body, says mi madre. Perhaps the pupusas and his own pedagogy perplex the mind. I'm not sure where the blood lies between him, I, and the sunshine reflecting from my mother's porcelain skin. Claim me as your hija. Have no shame in me as your hija. Pero híjole, I can't even get a word in at this mesa you carried into our home. 2 hands brown with the cross tied left. Tell me my identity is not shit. That the hot shit on the stove is not frijoles. That the bows and arrows no están manejando mi corazón every time my eyes set upon a Chicana with blunt eyes. This is I, un mezcla de blanco, brown, and gay. Please don't pray for me. Solo quiero la afirmación para ser mí.
The way that I was raised was in a very hyper feminine way, and I was very much socialized to be super feminine and always present in that way and act in that way. So I think my outfit of today was inspired by the Llorona. Just like a crying woman. The red face, it's just like me being angry and being seen as this like weeping, vulnerable woman, quote unquote. I have a right to be angry, and I've been told for so long that me being angry is me being dramatic because I'm feminized. I'm not out to my family, so like they're always like, you're just being dramatic, when I'm just like, no, you guys are like not being nice, like you guys are being insensitive. I like very like the way that old Latinx men dress, and like, so I think for me, really liking this fashion of like the old Latinx people in my community is like my way of paying tribute to that almost and like honoring that. So I think when I was given space to not only explore my Chicanx identity for myself, I was also able to explore like my gender identity within that, and how like culturally we're given certain roles based on the gender that we're like given when we're born, and kind of unlearning that and like trying to see what I liked about that and what I didn't like about that, and unpack that for myself and decide what parts of those were genuine to who I actually am.
One thing I've really been bothered about is my Spanish and how I speak. And I always was self-conscious about it, that my Spanish isn't good, or that I sound like a güera. Some people say that. But I always had to translate for my mom in spaces, and at one point, because I would be told to only speak English like in public, I would be ashamed to translate for her. Yeah, I don't know. I guess speaking Spanish and English and going between that and choosing my dialect has been a difficulty for me, because it's like what a lot of people identify themselves with. When they're Latinx, they're like, oh, they're not even like, a lot of people will make fun of you, like, oh, they're not even speaking Spanish. Like, they're not fully ingrained in their culture, like, they're white.
Yes, I am white passing, but at the same time, I'm not good enough for the white community. So it's always this in between of like, I don't feel completely comfortable either way, but in the middle is where I am. I started making this also when I started kind of learning more about my own culture. So I have like Day of the Dead stuff on there. I have like a worry doll from Guatemala, and then some Mexican art, some art that I've made, and some art that my friends have given me, and flowers, and like they're just like offerances. And then I also have 2 people who have passed away who are on there. So yeah, like I light the candles every now and then just to like feel it in here. Having like a connection with like your loved ones and whatnot, and like creating your own intention. And like, I don't know, I just talk to my dead homies. I'm like, Diego, I miss you. Like, and I hope, like, you don't know if it works, but for you it works.